In this demo, we're going to look at JBoss BPM and the Red Hat mobile application platform working together. The application is an onboarding process for a bank where a customer will apply for a product like a mortgage or a home loan or a credit card. Let's look at the architecture diagram first. On the right is the BPM product. This includes business process management and business rules management. In here, we create a process which models the onboarding process for the bank. This process will contain tasks, and those tasks can be system tasks where we do something internally, or user tasks where a user has to manually supply an input. We can attach rules to those tasks, and we can also get the system to reach out and interact with other external systems. On the left then we have the Red Hat mobile application platform product, and there are three components here. First we have the mobile app, which is installed on devices and used by customers to make the loan application. It's a hybrid app built using Ionic and Angular, and from that one codebase we can use the platform to build and deploy to both Android and iOS phones and tablets. The second component is the admin portal used by the bank. This again is Ionic and Angular, but in this case it's deployed as a web app on the platform where it can be accessed using a browser. The third component is the cloud backend written using Node.js and Express. This handles communication between the various components and interacts with BPM using the API. It also handles push notifications to the mobile app, and it has a persistent layer using a Mongo database. Next, let's take a quick look at the onboarding process we've modeled in BPM. The application starts off here, and initially there are some automatic system tasks indicated in yellow, carried out to validate and do some checks on the application. The first user task for the bank, there in green, is to assign an internal owner, followed on the happy path, by a manual application check and review. Then the first task for the applicant, indicated there in blue, where the applicant needs to upload some documents. And you see later that the applicant will get a push notification on the mobile app when that task is due. Then there's some tasks around arranging an interview, and then there's a final and approval task and an opportunity to recommend another product at the end of the process also. Next we look at the RH map components of the application. So this is effectively the front end to BPM. On the left, running on an Android phone, we have the mobile app. We're just logging in there now. And on the right we have the bank admin portal running in a browser. When I log in on the phone I get a list of products. I select a home loan application, look at the details there, and then I click on the red button to start the application. In here I get a bunch of forms I need to fill in, and then I can submit these to make the application. So we'll just start off and enter some data, and for the demo then we'll add some default values. And then I click on the submit button to start off the BPM process in the back end. When that submit call completes, we're taken to the application screen of the app where we can see our new application listed as being in progress. We switch now to the bank's admin portal and log in there. The first page is a dashboard with summary data and analytics. This can be set up and configured any way we like. Next, the case list screen shows all the bank's product applications. We can filter at the top using the checkboxes or look at the cases assigned to a particular owner, for example. Next, the task list screen shows all our current active tasks. And again, we can filter these and look at those tasks with the customer or those with the bank. Let's look at the application we've just created. The case ID was 202, and you can see it there at the top. So the first task is a bank task to assign an internal owner, so let's run that. We select a case owner there and click submit, and the task status changes depending while it's running in the background. So we're back now with the status ready on the next task, which is an application check. So to confirm everything's okay, I can go back into the case list and view the details that were submitted as part of the application. I can just tab through the uploaded data there and confirm that everything checks out and then run the next task. For the next task, the applicant is required to upload some documents. So here the Cloud app sends a push notification direct to the applicant's phone to indicate that action is required. So we see the status change to ready, and we can see that the next listed task is an applicant task, request additional documentation. And then shortly afterwards we should see the push notification arrive in the mobile app on the applicant's phone. When I click on the notification, I get taken to the relevant page of the app where I'm asked to upload photos of a passport and a utility bill. I can use the device's camera here to take photos of these, or in this case I'm just going to upload files that I've saved previously. Once the files are uploaded, I click the submit button to complete the task. And finally for this demo, we just run the next bank task, which is to set up an interview with the applicant. But you'll see when we run the task, we get an opportunity to review the documents that have just been uploaded, and I can confirm if they are acceptable or not before progressing. Okay, so we won't go any further on the application process, but hopefully you've seen enough to understand how BPM and mobile can work together effectively, with BPM modeling the business processes in the back end and RHMap providing a comprehensive front-end UI on both mobile devices and in browsers. And that completes the demo.